Welcome to your second training on Joomla. Today we'll be looking at how to add content, how to do some configurations. So sit back and join me on this training. Okay, now let's log in into our Joomla backend. So while that is going on, from our last training we did some little configurations which we didn't finish. So right now we are heading on to the global configurations, where we are going to set our sitemap, where we are going to set our meta info and our keywords. So let's head down to global configuration here, or you come to systems and go to global configuration. Okay, this seems to be pretty slow. I really don't know what's happening. Okay, here is where we set our site name. When we were doing our installation, we used training, but here I can decide to change it to website training, and that will change it automatically. And here is where you can put your site offline so that no one else can have access to it, but only you can make some logins. So but as we continue in this training, we'll go through all these settings one after the other, especially this search engine optimization settings, SEO, where we do URL writing and all of that. So here we have our metadata settings, and for our site meta description, this is what shows up on Google when you search up your site, and we're just going to put this is a website training tutorial and your site keyword is what helps you come up on Google search. Keywords, when people search, it also indexes your page. So let's add some keywords for our site. I already have some here. Let me add to my trainings folder. So you are going to determine your own keywords, but it depends on what you decide to do or you are using your website for, because ours is a technology website, so we'll be using these keywords, which is CCTV, data recovery, and all of that. So you determine your own keywords. So we'll paste into this place, and we already have our keywords. So that's the settings we need for now, and then we can continue. We just save and close. As soon as you are done, you save and you close. So now we head on to adding articles to our Joomla installation. But before you do that, you need to have this at the back of your mind. You are following this sequence, which is called CAM, C-A-M, CAM. The C stands for category, the A stands for article, then the M stands for menu. So what you are actually going to do is creating the categories of the articles first, then you create your articles, then you create the menus to link those articles. So right now we'll go to category manager here, or you come to content and do category manager. So here is where we do our categorizing of our articles, and you see the reason why it's very, very important you do that. If you don't do that, you won't be able to create the article, because the article need to be categorized. So I'll click on new, server seems to be a bit slow today. I'm sorry for that, but we just have to manage it. So, well, my category, I'll just type products, and you don't need any other settings here, but if you like, you might want to add a little description and say this is for all my products. But it's not so important you put anything here, you can leave it just like that. So you click save and new, because you are going to add more categories. Shit, very slow. Okay, and also had another category called services, and we'll do save and new. Then we had the last category called about. You can have as much category as possible. You can have a category called news, you can have category called shop. You can have, depending on how you determine to structure your articles and all of that. So this is the last one we'll be adding. Then we'll click on save and close. Categories are actually very useful. Sometimes you might have a page, you just need to grab all your articles to show on a particular page, so that helps you to put them such a way that you don't have to keep calling pages. It calls all the pages for you automatically. So right now we'll be adding articles to each of this category. So we go to content, article manager, add new article. So the article we'll be adding, I've already gotten my own, so let me show you that here. This, you can actually determine your own article yourself. So I'll be using this voice over IP article just for the purpose of this training. So here we are to type whatever we want as our article. Let's type welcome to the home page here. Welcome to the home page. So, and we'll go to the next line and add some little information from our voice over IP document, and I'll do this. I'll copy all of this. I'll copy and I'll paste. Well, it's not advisable you copy from a Microsoft Word document and paste directly into your Joomla article, because it's going to add formattings to it. If you look carefully, you can see that the font for this welcome to the home page is different from the voice over internet protocol here we have. So that is the problem, copying from Microsoft Word document to your Joomla article. So the best way to actually do this is to use the paste from Word option, so that it can remove all the formattings. So what we are going to actually do now is to erase this. We'll recopy that later, but before we do that, let's give our article a title and say home page. Then let's save and close. Before you do you had your article, you add on to your extensions, and you go to your plugin manager. So that is where we have to make our editor to be very, very useful and more robust. So we just look for TinyMC here, because TinyMC is the one we are using that came with Joomla installation. So, but you can decide to get any other editor like JCE and all of that. So we click on this TinyMC, and then that is where we are going to make it look more robust so that we can have more functions to use. So under the functionality, we come here and choose extended. So, and once you've chosen extended, down here too you can also see prohibited elements. Usually I remove this because sometimes I might use any of these functions, and once the editor sees these functions, it removes it and it doesn't allow me to use it. So it depends on what you decide to use. But as we go more in this training, we will see how we can make use of all of these functions and how they can help in our training. So we save and close. So right now we head back to our article, go back to content, article manager, and we'll see the difference in what we've actually done. Click on home page. That was the article we created before going down to our plugins manager. So here we are back. Now you can see that this interface increased a bit. It increased a bit. So coming here now, let's copy from our Microsoft Word document again. Let me minimize this, and here I have copy, I have paste. So clicking on this to paste, your browser doesn't then we do paste. So you see that both of them are having the same font, unlike when we didn't have this paste functionality here. So depends on you, but the advisable thing is to use this paste functionality in Joomla editor. So on doing that, we also come to category. This is where we set our category of article, but right now our home page, we don't need to categorize it, we'll just leave it. So let's add fonts to this. Let's choose a font. Let's give it Comic Sans. Depends on you, but we'll still see how we can set our global font so that all your site has the same font and font sizes, so you don't have to, except you need some to be very, very big. That's too big. Let's choose 14 and nope, 12. Okay, then to that, we've been able to add article to this. Then right here we can see we have an option called featured, and if you click on yes, that means this article will show on the index page, that is the home page. Let's save and let's view what I'm trying to say. Now let's click on this. This will take us to preview the website. Okay, now you see we already have our article showing on the home page, and we have all of that showing. So but right here we're having some funny things coming up with the articles also. Like we have details written by super user. Who cares about who wrote it and all of that? So we need to get all of this removed. So let's get back to our back end. Let's get to the back end. Let's close this article. Let's close this. Okay, on closing that, then to remove all those formattings we had on the front end, we go to options. Sorry, my server is pretty slow today. Very sorry about that. So right here we have a lot of settings you need to calm down, look at very well if you need them or you don't need them. So right here is saying show category. That is here, this category showing here. We don't want this category shown, so we'll just uncheck. We'll hide category. Then also come to author, which is this super user. It's writing here, written by super user. We'll also remove it. So we'll hide that. Then publish date, show publish date. It depends on you if you want yours to be shown, but I don't want mine. I'll hide it. Then depending on what and other things, this show it to, we'll also do the hide. And I guess we are good to go. Then let's save and let's preview all the settings we've just done right now. Head back to our home and let me refresh. Yep, it's all gone, and now we have a good website, at least to some certain extent, really. So we'll still do more and more configurations though. Let's add another article this time around. Let's save and close this. So depending on you, I have another article here we'll be adding, and we'll just call this privacy options. Depends on whatever you need to add. Let's copy this and also paste it. New article. So you really don't need to type your articles directly. If you want, you can type, but usually you tell your clients to give you soft copies of whatever they need to be added to the website, so that makes work easier for you, and you don't need to type and type and type and type. So let's give this article title let's call it what do we call it? Web design service, and let's paste. Okay, then you use your Ctrl+V on your keyboard, and yeah, we already got everything pasted. Let's increase the font size to, let's say, about 12. Yep, This looks good. Well, this editing layout might be looking very small for you, especially for those who are using mini laptops. So you just click on this full screen and the editing layout will be on full screen, so you have all the editing layout to yourself. And to return that back, you just click back on the full screen icon and yep, you are back. So this editing layout, this editor actually works as almost as close to all your formatting softwares, your word processing software. So on selecting all of it, I can get it indented using this, that is indenting to the left or indenting to the right. So it depends on you. So I've indented this, then I can align them to the center or justify or anything. So let me justify it. I can also make them italicized. So you just try all of these functions out and you will be good to go. So let's save. Okay, here we have to categorize it since this is a service article, so put it under services. Then we do save and new to add another article. I'm sure your own web server should be faster than mine. I'm running so many things on this, that's why it's pretty slow. So but just bear with me. I'm sure next training won't be as slow as this. So we add another article. Let's call it what do we call it? Networking. We also paste the same text. We also paste the same text and category. Since it's also a service, we categorize it under services. And then let's save and new to add another article. This time around we're adding products, and we'll call that what do we call the product? System or PC hardware. Hardwares, then category products, then paste. So let's save and close. So right now we are following the rule of CAM. We've created our category. Now we are creating our article. Now after creating the article, we'll also go on to creating menus. So, and for that you are almost done with creating your website. But before we do that, let me also show you some other things like adding pictures to. Okay, we'll do that in a later training. I'm sorry to this training is very poor, but I just have to quickly do this training so that for those who have been requesting, I really didn't actually prepare for this tutorial. So let's go to main menu, add new menu. Yeah, this sucks. Pretty slow. Okay, here we'll choose our menu link. let's call this and we choose our menu item type. There are different types of menu, but we'll also see all of that. We'll see all of that. So right now we are choosing a menu that deals with articles. So click on articles and then choose single article, that is to display a single article. So on selecting that, we'll also have more settings where we'll have to choose that that article we are linking to the menu. Okay, now we'll select the article we are linking to the home page. So here we'll just click on our home page and yep, we already have it. So on the right hand side we have menu location, we have parent item, and then we'll still come to that as we create more menus. Let's save a new. Okay, another menu, blah blah blah. All right, let's create another menu called services. But this time around, because we have a lot of other articles that will be under services, we are going to select a drop down menu type this time around. So we'll add articles and then we'll choose tags, and you can see what is all under tags. If you go to user manager, you can see. So you try out all this and then you will be able to see what you need to make use of. So but because we are doing a drop down menu for services, we'll just choose a text separator. So alright, so we've chosen text separator and then we do save and new. We don't need to do any other settings for this. It's just text separator that is just linking or serving as the parent to a drop down or a drop down for other menus that will be under it. Okay, creating another menu. What was the web design service? Choose the menu item type. And we'll come to articles and we choose a single article this time around. very slow. I'm run out of patience. I might have to redo this training again, but for the meantime, you guys have to just manage this before I redo another training. So let's click on select the article and choose web design service. So to make this menu a drop down of the super menu, we just come here, we come to parent item and we make it services. So this menu, web design service, falls under services. Let's save and new, then go down to our home to view that. Let's refresh. Okay, right now we won't be able to get the drop down because the way the menu here is configured is such that it doesn't show the drop down menus. But what we'll do is we'll just go back to the module that is concerned with it and do the settings. But right now let's just finish adding all our menus. So we'll do what else are we doing? Let's add another one called let's call it about. And select item type, articles, single article, this is getting out of hand, too slow. Select an article, and let's call this let's choose this adways, and parent item. You can see what is actually happening here. The web design service is showing two hyphens, meaning it's actually under the services. Let's choose the services again, and let's name the menu item to hardware. Save and close. Save and close. Then right now we now head on we'll head on to make amendments for the menu that's actually not showing the drop down. So let's go to extensions, then module manager. This time around, module manager. So it's under the module we do the menu showing drop down and all of that. So we can see here main menu. So clicking on this main menu opens the main menu settings, where we'll do all the settings, but we'll cover all modules, plugins and all of that in another training. So you can see here now it's saying start level 1, end level, all, show submenu items is on no. So what we'll do is we'll click on yes and save. Let's save and let's head back to our front end and refresh. Yep, now you can see we have all the drop downs here. So clicking on hardware takes us to the hardware menu. And here we have all of that. So to remove this login form, let's go back to our backend. Let's save and close. So to remove that login form, we'll just uncheck this, that is to unpublish it. So on checking this, when we go back to our front end, doing a refresh, yep, it's removed. So thank you for joining me on this training. I'll be posting a new training on how to add templates, how to make your main menu look very fanciful, and working with plugins and modules. Please, I'll have to redo this video some other time, but for now, stick to this. And if you have any question or any comments, please leave it down below, and I'm sure I will be able to do more better video. But subscribe and like my video so that I'll be moved to do more videos. Thank you so much.